I'm going to begin by introducing you to the Accountants area. The Accountants area is available on your main menu bar, which is the gray area that I'm scrolling through right now. On your Accountants area, you have the option to invite your accountant or send your accountant a note if you have already linked to him. Remember, if you've linked using the Administration Manage Users, there's no need for you to invite your accountant from this menu. You also have the option to process journal entries. In your Process Journal Entries window, this would be with regards to your general ledger accounts only. So, in a scenario where I paid my telephone bill, however, I allocated it to water and electricity. In that scenario, my debit account ideally should have been telephone, and my buy affecting account to this particular transaction will be my water and electricity. Remember, in your buy affecting account, you only have access to your general ledger accounts. So please be aware when processing these correction of errors. In your description, in this scenario, you could say correction of error. Moving on, once you have processed it, in your accountants area, you also have your reports, your VAT reports, as well as your trial balance export. This is extremely important. I repeat myself, under your accountants area, trial balance export, you'll be taken to the following window, and after selecting the correct criteria, if you choose to export the data, it will then open in Excel. Remember, Sage 1 Accounting operates using CSV formats in the sense that you can import as well as export using a CSV format. I'm then going to move on to your company menu. In your company menu, you have the option to move between one or more companies that you may have added. Select Add a Company, and once you've added numerous companies, you would then need to set different company settings as well as users per company. Also under your company menu, you have the option to change your company settings. In your company settings, the following wizard will appear. You have access to it from your company settings in your banner bar, alternatively under company, change company settings. Either way, once you have changed settings within and saved, they will be populated through the system. Under your general settings, your financial years is extremely important to have set from the beginning, also taking into consideration a previous financial year in order for you to take on balances if you were to be coming from a different accounting system. Under your VAT settings, very important, we have 3 VAT systems. Please do remember that. I repeat myself, we have 3 VAT systems. That would be invoice-based, payment-based, and no VAT at all. In your VAT details, you would need to add your VAT number. Also, with regards to your period end date and your submission date, if I were to be in a business where we reported VAT March and April to be reported in May, my end date would be April, but my submission date would be May. Also, in that scenario, it would be reporting frequency of 2 periods. You have the option to add VAT types. In a scenario where you need to export goods to another country and there's a different percentage of tax that you pay, you can add a line, name your tax, provide a percentage, and in the same scenario, if you've not processed to any VAT types that are irrelevant to your business, you can delete them at any time. Please ensure that you save your changes and then allow for the window to close. In our company menu, you also have access to add assets. Now remember, Sage 1 Accounting does not have a depreciation module. Depreciation needs to be done manually by creating the correct general ledger accounts and journal entries. The assets that you add in the following window is just an asset register. It allows you to be able to keep a tab on the assets that you have, the purchase dates and prices, etc. Once again, I repeat myself, we do not do depreciation directly from the following assets under company. Depreciation is done manually. With regards to importing and exporting of data, your import and export of data links are available under your company menu. I'm then going to move on to your item types. Remember, under your items menu, add an item, you have the option to choose between a physical and service item. I repeat myself, extremely important. If you choose an item to be a service item, you'll notice that you do not have an opening quantity as well as date. Whereas when you have a physical item, the following window will change. If you have added an item that was supposed to be a service and you've added it into your system as a physical item, you have processed to this item, which means that you cannot delete this item. You are not going to have the option to be able to change between physical and service once you have saved this. In that scenario, you would need to credit the invoice, mark the physical item as inactive, and create a new item listed as a service item. Please, if the item type is selected correctly, originally you will not have that scenario. So we have two item types, being physical and service. Under your company change company settings, you also have the option to user-defined fields. User-defined fields are extra information fields that allows you to add information to master files. With regards to user-defined fields, very important, we have customer, supplier, item, as well as asset user-defined fields. All the text values or yes and no fields or even date or numeric fields that I add under my company settings, after I've saved them, will appear under the corresponding add master file user-defined field. So in the scenario where I wish to add a credit rating to all my customers, I've added the user-defined fields under my change company settings, but will find them under the master files user-defined field tab. I repeat myself, under the company change company settings, we have user-defined fields with regards to customers, suppliers, item, and assets. Your VAT system that I've mentioned already is extremely important, so please do not overlook that. I also mentioned once again that depreciation needs to be done physically in Sage 1 by creating the correct journal entries, etc. We have reached the end of this webinar, and I do hope a lot was taken in. Thank you.